Holy shit. Okay, fuck, man. Distant Tomb, man. Fucking Distant Tomb. A couple weeks ago, now, well, actually, it's probably more like a fucking, almost a month by the time this by the time this video goes up, it'll be about a month since I had the pleasure of seeing Distant Tomb live with the Black Dahlia Murder in Fallujah. I couldn't fucking really care less about Fallujah, but I love the Black Dahlia Murder, and seeing Distant Tomb live, fuck, man, they are one of the best live bands I've ever had the pleasure to see. I did get to meet the guitarist briefly, but I actually got to meet and talk with Jordan, who is the vocalist of Distant Tomb, and he was a really fucking nice dude, and I'll probably put some pictures in the actual video itself. But one of the best parts about this, man, is when I drove up to Indianapolis, I was able to meet with one of my fellow YouTubers here, Mr. Metal Viking 82, or as I know him as Ryan, and as one of my good friends. And meeting him in person solidified the fact that my opinion of him is that he is a good fucking dude. It was a great time. His nephew, Tyler, came along with us, and it was really, really cool, man, just to meet these dudes. And, you know, that was their first extreme metal show, and to have been there, you know, and I know, man, I remember my first extreme metal show, and it's something that I'll never, ever forget. And, you know, I'm glad I could be there for them experiencing that, because it's unlike really anything. And yeah, it was a great time. You know, it was a load of fun. And one of the other cool things is that I was actually, when I was there, a guy walked up to me, and his name is Ethan. I know that now. He added me on Facebook, but he walked up to me and he was like, "Hey, are you Kanye from YouTube?" And I'm like, "No fucking way." That had never happened before, and I thought it was really, really cool. So yeah, you know, I was a little bit, I was all sorts of flustered, but yeah, man, it was a great show. It was a great time, and you know, knowing that Indianapolis really isn't that far from me, I definitely plan to go back, if not for a show, then just to hang out with Ryan. So yeah, thanks for making it a good time, motherfucker. Love you to death. All right, let's get on with some goddamn records. I tried filming this video a minute ago, and it ended up being way longer than it needed to be. So I'm going to try and burn through these, because a lot of them are pretty simple in terms of packaging. So let's do it. Any of you who are following me on any social media sites know that I recently acquired the first two Craft records, which for me is a little bit crazy. I never really thought that I was going to actually own the first presses of both of them, but I saw an opportunity and I kind of just went for it. I'm not going to show both of them in this video, but I will show the first one. This is Craft with Total Soul Rape. This is the debut album from Craft from 2000, if I'm not mistaken. And every one of you are familiar with Craft, fucking Swedish black metal. Very in the vein of early Norwegian black metal. You know, it's fucking, this is, I mean, you could put this right in there with all those like classic Norwegian albums. But this is fantastic, man. This is exactly what you would expect from something like this. You know what I mean? It's the thin production, the simple riffs, the fucking crazy wretched vocals that black metal is kind of known for. And this is great, man. I absolutely love this record. I don't think I like it quite as much as Terror Propaganda, but, well. Here's the back anyway. Yeah, very, very simple. It does have, it says the outro was recorded by Shamate, the dude from Arcanum. Apparently he recorded the outro for this, but whatever, man. This whole fucking record is just fantastic. So I really, really like it. I'm really glad to own this. Black vinyl comes in just this like weird fucking paper sleeve with no like hole for the label. But I will show you the label. Very simple, as you would kind of almost expect from something like this. Yeah, man, I know these guys signed to Season of Mist last year, meaning that we could probably expect a new full length from this band, which is cool because, you know, everything this band has done that I've heard is really good. So let's go with a poster that I do have framed. I don't know if I'm going to keep this framed. I pretty much just framed it because it makes it look better in videos when I show the poster. So, yeah, man, it's cool though. It says, I want to believe in the destruction of all organic life forms, and it's got like almost like a mushroom cloud, I guess. It's really cool. I like it. Yeah, check it out if you're interested in this sort of thing, the very simple style of old school black metal. But you probably all heard it, so. Craft, total soul rate. Alright, next up, Norwegian black metal this time, and a few years earlier as well. This is Død Heimsgard with Krone til Konge? I don't know. From what I understand, this translates roughly to crowned to king. I could be mistaken, but that is what Google Translate says anyway. Yeah, man, like I said, this is early Norwegian black metal, which is, you know, in the vein of early Norwegian black metal sound. So, this is great, man. I'm glad this was reissued because the original pressing doesn't likely go for, you know, cheap. So, but it is cool to own now, anyway, even though I feel like the reissue was a little overpriced pretty much anywhere you can get it. But yeah, man, this is like a classic Norwegian black metal album that doesn't get the attention of as the other classic Norwegian black metal albums do. Here's the back anyway. You got, obviously Fenriz played bass on this as well as did some vocals. But this is, right here, Aldrin. This is the guy who, he's basically the vocalist of this band as well as the guitarist of this band. And basically you probably, if you don't know this, then you would know Aldrin from Thorns. I know he's also doing a project or band now called The Death Trip, which my buddy Craig is kind of, you know, I know he likes that an awful lot. And from what I've heard, it's good. It's more straightforward, definitely, than something like what Død Heimsgard is doing these days. Because Død Heimsgard these days, it sucks ass. Anyway, man, one of the cool things about this is that it does come with liner notes from each of the band members. I will show you that in a second, but right here, it does come with like a fold-out sheet. I know the original pressing came with a poster of this art right here, which, like I said, my buddy Craig does have, which is cool. Lyrics on the back, which are, none of them are English. It's all, well, most of it is not in English anyway. Band pictures and liner notes on the inside. Liner notes from each of the three members. And according to these liner notes, it definitely seems like this is Aldrin's band. Fenriz was basically, he was only on this album basically long enough to, you know, to write and record this record. But besides that, he left the band after this. Anyway, yeah, it's really, really cool, man, to read about, you know, how just the history of this stuff, and to hear about how this band came about. And, you know, it says in here that Fenriz was like 19 years old when this was recorded. It's fucking crazy, man. Anyway, black vinyl. I think you guys probably all heard this. No reason for me to really go into the music. It's basically what you would expect from old school Norwegian black metal. There is like some clean vocal. It's not even like clean vocal. This is more like spoken word. But either way, man, the whole album is really, really cool. I like this an awful lot. The bass is audible on this thing, which I guess is the one thing that would make it stand out from other Norwegian black metal albums. You know, bass is not really a big player in black metal, but yeah, it is on this album, and it's audible, which is nice. So, really cool stuff. If you're interested in this sort of thing, which I'm certain that pretty much every one of you are, give this a listen. That's Død Heimsgard.
Show me all your glory, guide me on the road.
Alright, with the older stuff out of the way, the last three that I have here to show you are all 2016 releases. And they're all three some of my favorite 2016 releases. First up here, you got Hexan with The Poisonous Path. I don't know what I really need to say about Hexan. It's one of the top tier Finnish black metal bands going. One of the more well-known Finnish black metal bands going. Right up there with like bands like Satanic War Master and Sargeist, obviously. But this is a bit different. I've always seen Hexan as a bit different than Sargeist, and that's really because the first thing I heard from Hexan was Nightside Emanations, which came out in 2012. But I've always seen this as a more almost death metal approach to black metal. I was Skyping with Kevin yesterday, and we were talking about this album, and he played part of it through YouTube on his side, and listening to it through the computer, like through the Skype conversation that we had, this shit sounded like Behemoth. And like I said, vocally, I mean, you could convince me that shit was fucking Nurgle on vocals, man. Musically, it's a bit different, but really, I with the way that it sounded through the computer, it sounded like fucking Behemoth. And I like this better than Behemoth. I like this pretty much better than anything Behemoth has done. I've never been a big Behemoth fan. This just sounds more ballsy, I guess. But yeah, I mean, point of reference, if you are curious, it kind of sounds like Behemoth. Anyway, here's the back. Really, really cool. Super nice quality, this thing, man. Deborah Ramorti does a great job with their vinyl releases. And any of you who own those recent Archgoat reissues, the full lengths anyway, Light Devouring Darkness and Horror of Bethlehem, they have these sort of affixed booklets. And it looks so fucking nice, man. This is the nicest way, I think, to present a record. And I'm not gonna go through and show you every fucking page, mainly because I can't get this shit to like cooperate. But yeah, man, it's really fucking good. I think every one of you guys would like this. I was kind of hoping for a bit more, simply because the songs don't vary very much from song to song. It kind of gets after 5-6 songs, it starts to sound pretty samey, which is a shame because it really had potential to be something great, but it's good anyway. Double LP on black vinyl. I will show you one of them because it does have like an etching on the D side, which is cool. And it does come with a poster, which I actually do have framed, and I really like this this image here. It's very, very cool. Yeah. So yeah, man, I do prefer earlier Hexan, the more straightforward black metal stuff with the higher vocals, because this is almost entirely low, growly vocals. And this was recorded, I guess, when Hoth from Sargeist was still doing vocals, but he's no longer doing vocals for Sargeist or Hexan. So besides Shatterog, there's really no, as far as I understand, there is no connection between Sargeist and Hexan anymore, I guess. I don't know if there was a falling out or whatever, but either way, it's a shame, but what can you do? So if you're interested in that sort of thing, check this out. You might love it. That's Hexan with The Poisonous Path. Alright, last two here. Let's burn through these. You ready? First up, got Infernal Curse with Apocalypsis. Infernal Curse is a black death band from Argentina, which is, one of those places you don't really think about when you think about black metal or death metal. This is great, man. This is extremely chaotic, very dizzying, like Black Death. And really, the only time this lets up and it becomes slower, it only gets fucking creepier, and it's got a very eerie sound, and I really enjoy this, man. This shit came out in like January, and I mean, I didn't hear about it until a little bit later, but whatever. Really great. I love the vocals on this thing. They're almost like it's like a fucking hybrid between growling and like whispering. It's really weird, but it's not something that hasn't been done before, but I just think it works very well with this style of music. So really cool artwork here. I'm not going to go on forever about this. It's a brand new album. You guys could fucking go and listen to it yourself. Iron Bonehead. Yeah. And one thing about this, I'm not sure, I haven't actually gone and read the lyrics to this thing yet, but it does It does say, this says Sin of Iblis, and then there's like that sort of Arabic lettering, I guess. So I'm not sure if this is like anti-Islamic style fucking black metal, but I'd like to think that it is, because, you know, I think there should be more of that, quite frankly. Anyway, this comes with a booklet, which is really cool. Basically, this has the lyrics, but like I said, I haven't actually gone and read them yet, so, oh well. I think it's cool anyway. Not really much interesting, I guess, is this fucking picture. Black vinyl, so not really any point in going and showing that, but the label is kind of cool. And printed inner sleeve, got some nice artwork on it. Badass picture of the band right here. And then you got this style of artwork, which kind of looks like the same style of artwork that's on that Shrine of Insanibilis album, which I do have. I've had it for a while. I gotta show it still. But yeah, 500 copies. Really, really cool stuff. Like I said, it's an Iron Bonehead release, and it's pretty readily available, even here in the United States. So check it out if you're curious. That's Infernal Curse with Apocalypsis. Alright, back to Sweden for this last one here, and there's really not much to show, so I'm going to burn through this. This is Yarnvidr with Farquad? Fuck if I know, man. This is a, like I said, Swedish black metal band, but it's not really ever made clear who's in this band, so, or how many members there are. I know that there has to be more than one because of something I'll show you in a second, but anyway, really, really cool artwork. Very different, but, you know, also very in the vein of normal black metal imagery and shit like that. So it's really, really cool. Here's the back here. None of these song titles are in English or anything like that. Darker Than Black and Merchant of Death. Really, really, really cool, man. I love this album. This is one of my favorite albums of this year. The riffs on this thing are fucking awesome, man. This is music, even if you have this on in the background, you'll find yourself sort of nodding along with this shit. It's very riffy, loud drums, fucking loud, just obnoxiously wretched vocals. It's unreal, man. I love this record. Anyway, comes with this inner sheet here. Yeah. Now, this right here, it says that this is the final album from Yarnvidr. It says, after 10 years as a band, we have decided to stop writing music in the name of Yarnvidr. Our mission is complete. So, and there is a picture of one guy here, but it does say we, so I assume there's more than one person in this band. Now, the thing about this is the album is mainly new tracks, but there is a couple re-recorded tracks on here as well from a compilation of their demos, so re-recorded demo tracks, I guess. But yeah, black vinyl. I like the labels a lot, but really, it's, you know, it's black vinyl. There's not really any reason I had to pull that out. So fuck me. Yeah, man. This is fantastic. This is the 4th LP from this band, and I really, really would like to have the other ones, but I'm not sure how readily available they are. Knowing my luck, they probably are not. So whatever. I like it anyway. This will definitely be on my list as one of my favorite albums of this year because I really, really like this thing, man. So check it out if you're interested in good riffy black metal. That's Yarnvidr with Farquad. And that's it, guys. I am going to edit this video a little bit heavier than normal just simply because I'm like 24 minutes on my phone right now. I don't want it to be that long, so I'm going to edit this video down a little bit, and we will do this again very, very soon. So thanks for watching, guys, and till next time.
Non fortius! No man!